Hey everybody, Consolecollector here. 2022 is officially over, so that means it's time for my favorite pickups of the year. 2022 has been a great year for gamers and collectors. There's been a lot of great new games that have come out, collector's editions, just a whole bunch of really awesome stuff. So, for this year, I'm going to do my top 10 favorite pickups of the year instead of 5 like I did last year, just because there's so many great things that I picked up in 2022. So not only am I going to do my top 10 favorite pickups of the year, I'm going to throw in a couple of honorable mentions in there as well. Alright, number 10, we have Zombie Seeker for the Nintendo DS. Zombie Seeker is an on-rails zombie shooter game for the Nintendo DS. Back in the day, I always wanted to try it out. I never seen it in stores. It looked really interesting to me, and I thought, I'm going to pick this up one day. Well, it turns out it's one rare and expensive DS game, and I absolutely refuse to pay the crazy eBay prices for it. Heck, even half the time I look on eBay, there was none for sale. Well, how did I get this one? It's a crazy story. So I was just doing my usual Facebook Marketplace, browsing through like I do every day, checking for those deals to help build a collection. Well, I saw a guy post up a whole bunch of different games. There's like PlayStation games, Xbox games, DS games, Switch games. He had just a big variety of different stuff. Whenever I see that, I always check their other listings because you never know what else they've got posted. Well, I went through there and I saw Zombie Seeker, and when I saw that spine, I couldn't believe it. This crazy game I've been looking for many years was here locally in my city, and best of all, he had it for 10 bucks. I can't tell you how quick I messaged this guy. Fortunately, he responded immediately and I was able to pick a few other games. We met up and I finally had a copy of Zombie Seeker complete for the Nintendo DS, and for 10 bucks. What a great deal. That is why this is one of my favorite pickups of 2022. Number 9 is my PlayStation 5. Now, I didn't just go out and buy a PlayStation 5. I actually did a little bit of a video on how I got this PlayStation 5 for free. Yeah, that's right, for free. So I had a whole bunch of excess trade just laying around in my storage area, and I thought, you know what, can I turn all of this stuff into a PlayStation 5? Because everything I'd already invested into was already paid off, so this was just strictly profit from all this stuff lying around. There was a lot of filler, some junky titles. There was some good stuff as well, but again, it was all doubles and just trade bait, and I wanted to turn this pile of stuff into a PlayStation 5, and I did in 2022. It felt great getting the next-gen console for absolutely nothing. Didn't have to spend a single penny out of my pocket, all just profit from trades. I did also pick up the blue plates for the PlayStation 5. I thought it was really cool, added some nice color to it instead of just a standard white. I'm actually enjoying the PlayStation 5 now. They've got some decent stuff out for it. It's definitely one of my favorite pickups of 2022. Coming in number 8, we have the Destroyal Humans 2 Collector's Edition. There isn't a whole lot to say about this. I pre-ordered it, it arrived, I opened it, and that's it. No crazy story here. It did come with this giant crypto statue just like the other one. I really loved the Destroyal Humans 1 remake, and I thought, whoa, they're making number 2. That is just fantastic. So I pre-ordered the collector's edition. It's super cool. I just love these crypto aliens. If they ever remake any of the other Destroyal Humans games, I don't think I'd pre-order those because I already have 2 of these giant aliens, and I think that's enough for me. This is just a really cool little set, and that's why it's one of my favorite pickups of 2022. Number 7 is my 7-foot tall Jack Skellington. This is kind of an odd pickup because it's actually a Halloween decoration. We saw it at Home Depot on clearance just before Halloween, and I fell in love with this Jack when I saw it. He's animatronic, so he sings and moves with the push of a button. Definitely an odd piece for a game room, but being a Nightmare Before Christmas fan like myself, and Jack being one of my favorite characters ever, I thought, I'm going to put him in the game room just because I like to be different. And how many other people have a giant Halloween decoration in their game room? Not many, I'm sure. He's a really cool piece, definitely gets some attention, and that's why he's one of my favorite pickups of 2022. For number 6, we have Stubbs, the Zombie Rebel Without a Pulse, the I Dream of Stubbs Collector's Edition. This is the Nintendo Switch version. It originally came out on the original Xbox, and that's where I first played it and fell in love with it. You basically get to be a zombie, go around and bite people, and just build up a mini horde, go through malls and stuff like that, and just build your horde and take people out. It's a ton of fun, especially for a zombie fan like myself. I remember when I first heard about this coming out to the Switch, I instantly pre-ordered it because I just really love this game. And I like when they bring these older franchises and games to the Switch and modern consoles because it gives newer generations a chance to play it. And this game definitely deserves to be played by more people. This collector's set is really unique because the box is shaped like an old CRT television from that era. It's based in the 50s, and this whole collector's edition looks like a 50s television. The collector set came with a lot of cool stuff, but hands down my favorite thing in the set is the big Stubbs head with a rose in it. Yeah, so random, I know, just a zombie head with a rose in it, but if you've actually beaten this game, you'll understand that little nod to the rose. Anyway, this is such a great, awesome collector set, and I really like it, and that's why it's one of my favorite pickups of 2022. Number 5, we have the Pocky and Rocky Reshrined Collector's Edition for the Nintendo Switch. Where do I start with this one? This, hands down, is my favorite Collector's Edition pickup of the year. Nothing has beaten this one. This is such a great Collector's Edition, I absolutely love it. Pocky and Rocky is a game I used to rent when I was younger, and I always loved playing it. It was just such a fun, really awesome game. It's a good couch co-op game, and when I saw that they were releasing this for the Switch, I knew I had to get it. I've already had a blast with this game. I've already beaten it 100%, unlocked all the characters and everything, played it with both my kids, with my wife. It's just a really fun couch co-op game, and I love it so much. This collector's edition came with some really cool stuff. Heck, even the box is just Rocky's head. It also came with a really super soft, cute Rocky plush, which my younger kid really likes. The set came with a handful of other cool things, but without a doubt my favorite thing that came in it is this nice little Pocky and Rocky acrylic stand. Just looks really nice on display. If you haven't played Pocky and Rocky Reshrined yet, I really think you should give it a chance. It's a great couch co-op or even single player. And even if you've never played a Pocky and Rocky game before, I think after a few minutes of playing this game, you'll just see how much fun it is and you'll really enjoy it. So the Pocky and Rocky Collector's Edition is awesome, and that's why it's one of my favorite pickups of 2022. Alright, so we're at the halfway point. Let's do some honorable mentions. First one up is this 3-pack of Super Mario figures, including Morton. Yeah, Morton. He's my favorite Koopa Kid. I was super excited when I saw this on the shelf. I finally have a Morton Koopa Kid figure for the game room. Next up is this official Mario Kart McDonald's Happy Meal display sign that my friend Bree and Tyler got me when they were on a trip to the US. They scooped it up for me and brought it back, and it's definitely one of the coolest things I picked up in 2022, and I wanted to give it a spot in this honorable mentions. Next honorable mention is the 3 legendary bird figures. I can't believe they finally made really awesome detailed figures like this of Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres. I love these 3 birds. They're just full of nostalgia for me back in the days when I played Pokemon Red, first Legends I ever caught. They're just so well made and detailed, and yeah, definitely an honorable mention for pickups in 2022. Next honorable mention is my Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 vinyl soundtrack. I picked this up at a game store when I was out of town for a family vacation early in the year. This is one of my favorite games when I was a kid. I used to rent this game all the time for the Super Nintendo. Super nostalgic soundtrack. So when I saw this, I had to pick it up. Definitely a great pickup for 2022. Final honorable mentions for my favorite pickups of 2022 is these NECA horror figures. NECA makes some absolutely amazing figures. The details, they just are really well done. Ever since I picked up the 1980s Ninja Turtles NECA figures from the movie, I was like, wow, I gotta look into some more NECA figures. And when I saw they had all these horror icons, I had to pick them up. So I picked up Jason Voorhees from Friday the 13th, Michael Myers from Halloween, Freddy Krueger from A Nightmare on Elm Street, Leatherface from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, we got Ghostface from the Scream series, Chucky from the Child's Play series, and finally Sam from the Trick or Treat movie. These are such amazing figures, so detailed and awesome. I love how they display and they add a little bit of horror to my retro room. So great pickups for 2022. On to number 4, my Marvel vs. Capcom 2 arcade 1-up. Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is one of my favorite games ever, and when I found out that there was an arcade 1-up finally being made of this, it was an instant buy. I wanted this so badly that I actually sold my PlayStation 4 kiosk to make room for this. Yeah, I made a whole video on that. I got some mixed feedback, But honestly, to me, at the end of the day, I'm happier with this because this thing is getting way more use than my PS4 kiosk ever got. My whole family's enjoying this. My friends enjoy this. This is just such a great game, and I 100% love this thing and glad that I was able to pick it up and put it in the game room. Really, it's just so cool. That's why it's in the number 4 spot for my favorite pickups of 2022. We're officially in the top 3 now, and number 3 is something truly amazing. This is a one-of-a-kind custom painting of Bowser. And where did I get it? Well, if you haven't seen my big video on this before, go check it out. I did a full unboxing of this. This was a surprise gift from my friends over at the Retro Rivals, Jen and Scott. Yes, this was a gift from them. I can't imagine the amount of work and time Jen put into painting this Bowser, and really, honestly, it is just so amazing. Every time I walk through the game room, I see him just hanging on the wall there, and I remember, like, I can't believe somebody made this for me. Like, it still blows my mind. Just regular old me, I had this made for me. Like, just awesome. Bowser is my favorite video game character of all time, and what really just blows my mind is I didn't even, like, tell her that. She just did this. Like, just wow. It still leaves me speechless to this day. I love this thing, you guys. Retro Rivals, Jen and Scott, it really is amazing, and without a doubt, this is one of my favorite pickups of 2022. Thanks again, guys. I really do appreciate this painting. It's awesome. I still display it proudly in the game room. Now for number 2. This is my Tron Bonne statue. It's an official statue of Tron Bonne and the Sorbots from the PS1 release of The Misadventures of Tron Bonne. I really loved The Misadventures of Tron Bonne, and honestly, Tron Bonne doesn't get a lot of merchandise. I don't think I've ever seen anything Tron Bonne other than this statue. When this thing came into my local retro video game store, I knew I had to get it. There was one problem though. He had it listed at $1,000 Canadian. It was complete in box, however. Yeah, the box inserts everything. So I'm like, how am I going to get this? So obviously I got it. And what did I do to get it? I took in a whack load of trade. Yep, I traded for this thing, and I got the Tron Bonne statue without spending a penny out of my own pocket. I'm really good that way, if you guys haven't noticed. This was kind of a holy grail item for me, and it's definitely one of my favorite pickups of 2022. I got it really early in the year, so I've had a lot of time to enjoy Tron Bonne, and I still walk by her and see her there and just like, wow, I can't believe I have this thing. I've never seen another one besides my own, and yeah, I'm just really grateful for this Tron Bonne. It's awesome to have Tron Bonne represented in my game room. Hands down, one of the best pickups of 2022. Alright, we made it. Number 1 favorite pickup of 2022. Yep, it's my Arcanine. This giant Arcanine Plush. This is the official Pokemon Center giant Arcanine Jumbo Plush. It really is huge. Like, she is a big Pokemon. I have a large couch here, as you can see, and she takes up a huge part of it. Literally, this is the biggest plush I've ever seen in my life in person. It is just massive. Not only is Arcanine massive, but the price was massive. This thing was well over $600 plus shipping. Yeah, who spends that kind of money on a plush? Well, me, I guess. Arcanine is my favorite Pokemon, and these are so limited. I knew I would regret not getting one, so I actually saved up some of my YouTube ad revenue to pay for it. Yep, yeah, I didn't pay for it fully, but I did put a big chunk of the YouTube ad revenue that I earned on the channel to help pay for Arcanine, because I couldn't really just justify that kind of money on a giant plush. I honestly thought I might have regrets after I ordered this Arcanine, but now that I've had it for a few months, I don't. It's a great plush. I love Arcanine. It's just a real eye catcher when you enter the game room. With that said, my Arcanine, named Tika, is my favorite pickup of 2022. Alright, so that's going to do it for my top 10 favorite pickups of 2022. What were some of your favorite pickups in 2022? Let me know in the comments below. One last thing before we go, I just want to say I'm excited for 2023. It's a brand new year, fresh start. With that said, I just want to wish everyone a happy and healthy 2023. Thanks for a great 2022. Really looking forward to seeing what 2023 brings. Alright, that's going to wrap up today's video. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. I'd really appreciate it. You can follow me on social media. The information is on screen now and in the description below. I want to thank everybody for watching. I am the Console Collector, and until the next video, happy gaming.